Yeah, how's it going? Today is 6th of April, Saturday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we might be able to find. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the press releases, right? When it comes to accomplishing set out goals, in particular when we were taking a look at recently in the budget, that would be defense budget, and from there, I personally believe would be important to improve and for UK if other governments have invested so much in some of the interesting technologies. We can touch on those in the end of this video where otherwise the UK will gonna have to purchase this technology. I'm just happy that UK is working on its own technology, and there would be some of the press releases that would be some of the towers and something that UK is building it, which is kind of great, I guess. Otherwise, if they won't build themselves, they would have to purchase some of those towers, right? I don't know. I think there's something in the press release that they're looking to accomplish and what kind of things they're gonna be looking to accomplish with those towers, right? I have read one of those articles. I don't know. I don't know. It's great. It's great. Everything what's been written within this article. But let's progress in perhaps taking a look at some of the technology that's up there and potentially what things can be accomplished with capabilities of some of the projects, right? A quick note, that's a government's published articles, right? And how much work is government currently doing on environment and importance of, I think, some of the key areas that government is looking to address when it comes to environment is carbon capturing, right? So with those towers and what kind of hardware or equipment can be put on those platforms, right? Some of the equipment that can be put on that would be capturing, I guess, carbon or similar issues that they can test and perhaps and solve it, right? When it comes to the environment. So once that's been said, let's progress and take a look at some interesting engineering challenges and how people or companies manage to overcome those. Once that's been said, let's take a look at very interesting systems up there and just engineering. That's the only thing about myself I'm currently interested in. What and how, if anything, how expensive it will be. So it will come back to money to build this kind of system, right? So, and how sensors would be able to use to detect all the threats, I guess, and how a system would be determined what is a threat, right? And either way, so we're gonna be taking a look at I think that would be defense batteries, something that's what called Iron Dome. I would be reading this information for the first time. It's very interesting engineering equipment, right? Iron Dome, and I think it's used for defense. I think so. We're defending, I guess. Either way, what's that being said, let's take a look at Iron Dome. And I'll be taking this information from Wikipedia, so it should be accurate more or less, right? Since it should be unbiased, I guess, but either way, is Israeli mobile, all weather air defense systems developed by, oh, okay, that's the name there, or his company's name, but either way, that is quote unquote defense systems, right? I think there might be multi purpose systems. Once that's been said, I think it primarily used for defense. And oh shit, the system is designed to intercept and destroy short-range rockets and artillery shells from a distance of 40 to 70 kilometers away, and those trajectory will take them to an Israeli populated areas from I mean, that's perhaps originally what it was designed for, and from 2011 to 2021, 21, the United States contributed a total of 1.6 billion to the Iron Dome defense system, with another 1 billion approved by Congress in 2022. Okay, okay, so we're taking a look at a potential lot of capital, right? And that system. I don't know. I'm more interested in the backstory of that, so if kind of how it was developed. That's what kind of things I'm interested in. But it's good to touch on money, how much it costs, right? To develop such a system. Once we touch on cost, perhaps we can progress within this article. Iron was declared operational and initially deployed on 27th of March 2011. So they managed to develop the system perhaps 10 years, and it has been operating for another 15 years or so. There's locations there, and they would say that's only location where the system or batteries have been operating. I don't know. The system successfully intercepted rockets from launch from various locations from the first time on the 10th of March 2012. Reported the system shut down 90% of rockets launched from. So that's a percentage, only thing what we're interested, right? So 90%, which might be considered great. So that would be missile defense system and what kind of technologies they are using. That will have launched in the populated areas in the late 2012. Israel said that it hoped to increase the range from Iron Dome interceptions from a maximum of 70 kilometers to 250 kilometers. That potentially would be how much of defense system we potentially look at. 250 kilometers of defense. Interesting, and makes more versatile so that it could intercept rockets coming from two directions simultaneously. I personally believe the system is very expensive. What perhaps is very important, but it's very expensive. But either way, in November 2012, official statement indicated that it had intercepted over 400 rockets by the late October 2014. Iron Dome system had intercepted over 1,200 rockets. In addition to the land-based deployment, it was reported in 2017 that Iron Dome batteries will in the future be deployed as a sea on. There's a potential, but those locations, I mean, it's kind of great, I guess. So how, if anything, let's take a look at developing this technology and initial cost, upfront cost, and or actually manufacturing this technology, as well as improvements made. We can take a look at more of engineering side of things as well. They can deploy these batteries more or less anywhere they would like, I would say, and keep developing this kind of technologies when it comes to defense. So that might be very important, I guess. I think there are some concerns that some of the systems can be used in other purposes other than defense. So there are some concerns, right? But if anything, let's take a look at just engineering and development of the system. We can take a look at background. I would be reading all this information for the first time, right? Perhaps they go into much in detail with particular conflicts and or everything what's happening and who's doing what, and if anything I would rather stick to numbers and the hard data if I can. I mean, I will share that data with others if they are interested in how many rockets the system would be able to take down, as well as how expensive it can be. All this data, but they're going too much into particulars and details, so I'm not interested in sharing those, right? But I'll share that as a screenshot in the background, right? If as of now, some of those towers that currently are being built, not been developed to monitor many things, perhaps on those platforms, at least they should consider. That's how little I know. They should consider improving those towers currently to monitor this kind of things, right? And or develop very similar systems. Not necessarily just environment. I don't know, carbon capture. I'm just joking around. The weather patterns, moisture in the air. They should at least consider defense, and they should consider improving some of those platforms. And perhaps UK should consider developing some of those systems when it comes to defense. I would highly recommend to take a look at that. But most likely people understand it, right? I don't know if you would ask me. Some of the towers should be used in that particular way. If they can monitor more instead of monitor less, right? Once that's been said, we can progress. quickly, right? So that would be distance. So we are taking a look at that missile defense system that Israel is currently developing, and improvements that would be made to that system would be from quickly, right? Just sticking to the official data. If the current level system is operating within the 4 to 70 kilometers, with potential improvement for 250 kilometers, right? So UK still has time. So the still has time, since the distance from Israel to UK 4,000 kilometers. So UK still has time, about 5 or 10 years to improve those platforms. Currently, those platforms to defend from defense battery systems within Israel. So they still have time. So no worries yet. Once that's been said, let's take a look at and perhaps finish this video. I would highly recommend for people who are interested, they are touching on funding, how all entire system was developed, with how perhaps how many partners, how much time it took. I'll be touching all of these kind of details, but if I can, I'll rather stick with 10 minutes video where I would cover all the basics, right, and how much they have initial upfront investments, how much time they had to test the system. It's been operating for 15 years now, and potential improvements in the future. And all these kind of things are great things, right? Once that been said, let's take a look at specifications if we can, right? The system is designed to counter short-range rockets and 155 millimeter artillery shots with a range of up to 70 kilometers, with potential improvement to 250 kilometers, right? According to its manufacturer, the drone will operate a day and night under adverse weather conditions and can respond to multiple threats simultaneously. Iron Dome has three central components, right? And detection and tracking radar, right? So, if anything, I hope this radar is currently within UK on those platforms. I hope, right? And that will be detection and tracking, right? From there, we'll take a look at perhaps potential improvements within the next 2 years, so that they can improve on those platforms that are the battle management and weapon control. Okay, that's some of those changes there, as well as the within the next 2 years, hopefully we can improve and or have a missile firing unit on top of those towers. I guess I don't know. But either way, we can go a little bit more in detail. Detection and tracking radar. The radar system is built by. I don't mind giving credit, but I don't know. I think there might be people who have been hurt during the process, right, of the developing on or using some of those batteries, right, or defense systems. That would be defense company and subsidiary of Israel Aerospace Industries. Okay, so they have made leaps, right, within the development of some of those technologies. Let's progress to the next one: battle management and weapon control. The control center is built on Rafael by. Okay, there's another systems there, and Israel software company, right? So the potentially hardware, software. From there, let's progress to the last part, that would be missile firing unit. When unit launches at Tamir Interceptor missile, I think those missiles and developing, it's very expensive. Either way, once that been said, equipped with electro-optic sensors and all several steering fins for high maneuverability, and missiles is built by this company there. Typically, Iron Dome battery has 3 to 4 launches, 20 missiles per launch, right? Let's close the video on that, right? A very interesting piece of technology, right? But it just perhaps depends of people who the technology is there. It's a tool, right? And tools can be used in many ways, right? Once that has been said, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.